Hi everybody! Today we're talking about communication and specifically what your communication style says about you. Effective communication helps us in all areas of our lives. It helps us get our needs met, connect with others, and challenge our worldview. So let's dive a little deeper. There are three main communication styles: passive, aggressive, and assertive. There is that sneaky fourth one that everyone loves to say, passive-aggressive, but today we're not gonna count that. Let's start with passive. What does it mean to be a passive individual? Whenever I ask this question, I typically hear timid, soft-spoken, letting people walk all over you. It describes what passive individuals may look like rather than the definition. Passive individuals put the needs of others before their own, or they prioritize other individuals over themselves. Passive body language includes minimal eye contact or just avoiding eye contact altogether. Slouch posture, where you're almost making your body appear smaller and being more soft-spoken. The intention for a passive response is to please others. Now, moving on to aggressive. It's just the opposite of passive. Aggressive individuals put their needs before the needs of others. They prioritize themselves. Aggressive responses can come off as rude or condescending, and it's expressed in a way that appears judgmental. Even with body language, aggressive individuals come off as very standoffish or very in your face. The intention for an aggressive response is to win. And finally, the goal style. Assertive. Assertive communication emphasizes both people's needs. And when you practice assertive communication, you're always thinking, how can we both be happy with the outcome? Many people have defined assertive as standing firm with my beliefs. But the big thing with this style is the ability to compromise. And assertive body language includes strong eye contact, and I don't mean like staring the person down. You maintain eye contact and you have confidence. You have a really welcoming posture, your arms aren't crossed and you don't look away from the person. And most importantly, you're speaking with respect. The intention for an assertive response is to express needs. Now, if you're thinking, oh snap, I am either way too passive or I'm way too aggressive, it's okay. It's okay. The first step is just acknowledging it, and that's gonna tell us what we have to work with. But yes, the goal is to practice assertive communication as much as possible because it is the most effective style. But that doesn't mean that you're a bad person or weak because you use the other styles. In fact, it's not a bad idea to have a little bit of a mix, depending on the situation, of course. But the most difficult part about practicing assertive communication is that you can't control other people. Even though you're practicing really strong and effective communication, others may not be. But that shouldn't mean that you stop. You have no idea what the impact will be. You don't know how that will control or change the way that the conversation goes. Okay, now that we have a better idea of the styles, let's practice. I'm going to give you two scenarios, and I want you to take a minute and think about how you would respond to each scenario with each communication style. So, scenario 1. Your partner or best friend really wants to hang out, but you've got too much work to do. And honestly, if you want to challenge yourself, just pause the video and just give it a shot. Again, try one response for each style. So let's first start with a passive response. It could look something like, sure, yeah, let's go out. That'll be fun. Even though you know you're busy and you have to get your work done, you prioritize their happiness first. An aggressive response: do you not see that I'm busy? No, I am not going to hang out with you today. Definitely putting your needs first. And then an assertive response: unfortunately, I can't today. I really appreciate you thinking about me. I need to get this work done, but how about we get lunch tomorrow? Or you actively are working to tell them it's not intentional, it's not anything to do with them. You're just busy at the moment, but you want to reschedule because you're also putting in that effort. With that, your need is being met because then you have time to get your work done. And their need is being met because you're still going to make time for them. So they still get to hang out with you. One thing to note again is compromise. You may not always walk away with it being 50-50. There may be times when it's 60-40, 30-70, but the important thing is that you're both happy with the outcome. You both can walk away without any lingering feelings. So let's try another. You're meeting with a friend to have dinner and they're late. Every time you make plans, they seem to run 20-30 minutes late after the scheduled time and you never know what's going on. Okay, go. What would be your response for each style? Passive, Even though it really upsets you and you may feel disrespected, you don't say anything and eventually gets swept under the rug until it happens again. Aggressive. You may say or act, I am so sick of waiting for you all the time. Get here on time or we're not having dinner together again. I feel like it's pretty easy to imagine aggressive responses because many of us know at least one person or have been that person who can be a little aggressive. And then assertive. You may say, hey, I'm noticing that I wait for you often and I don't really feel that me or my time is respected. Could you please try to meet on time or at least communicate with me what's going on when you are running late? Being assertive is not an easy thing to do. It takes a lot of practice and most importantly, patience. And it's impossible to respond assertively 100% of the time. We're humans. But now that you are aware of these styles, I'm hoping that you can keep them in mind so then you can start practicing more effective communication. Again, the first step is acknowledging, what is my style? How do I speak to people? How do I allow other people to speak to me? So yeah, that's today's video. Thanks for following me along my morning and exploring communication styles with me. Which one do you feel describes you best? And more importantly, how can you incorporate more assertive communication or behaviors into your daily life? Let me know your thoughts. So feel free to subscribe. If not, feel free to follow me on Instagram. My handle is intricate. Otherwise, I'll see you at the next one. Thank you. Bye.